Welcome to a very quick video about the modern periodic table. We've already looked at the history of the periodic table and how it got to be as it is today. I just want to quickly go through a couple of features of the periodic table as it is now. The first thing to look at is that since Mendeleev did his work with the periodic table, ordering it in terms of the atomic masses, since then more discoveries had been made, and we now order the elements in terms of their atomic numbers. So if you look here, the very first element is hydrogen with atomic number 1. We then have helium with atomic number 2, and then we go along lithium 3, beryllium 4, boron 5, and so on throughout the periodic table. We increase the atomic numbers. This has been a good idea because it makes all the elements fit very neatly into their groups and into their periods with properties that are similar to other elements in the group. So if we just take group 7, say, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and so on, these all have very similar properties. Now, the next thing to remember is that in terms of the groups, we've got group 1 over here, group 2. In the middle, we have the transition elements, and then we have group 3, 4, 5, and so on. It's important to remember that in group 1, all the elements, if you look at the atoms, they have 1 electron in the outermost shell. So for lithium, the electron arrangement is 2, 1, and if this is not making sense to you, you can look back at the videos on atomic structure. But for lithium, it's 2 electrons in the first shell and 1 in the outermost shell. For sodium, it's 2, 8, 1, and for potassium, it's 2, 8, 8, 1. Each time there is 1 electron in the outermost shell. Similar thing can be said for group 2. There are 2 electrons in the outermost shell of all these elements, 3 electrons in the outermost shell of all these, and so on. And you can go through the periodic table, the groups, knowing and understanding that that's the number of electrons in the outermost shell. Group 0 over here can be sometimes called group 8, and that basically just means there is a full outer shell for all these elements. We're going to look in more detail at group 1 and group 7 and the transition elements in future videos, but for now this is just a quick video just to give you an idea of what the periodic table looks like and how it's arranged. We are only really going to work up to calcium, which has atomic number 20 for GCSE. We'll look at the transition elements, but as I say, that's a quick rundown of a couple of points you need to know.